We got some news on the Toyota 86. Now, as you know, it's pretty much near the end of its life cycle, but there should be a new one debuting sometime around next summer. I found this information at two separate sources, and we're going to get into that, and we're going to look at what the next generation might look like. Now, the current generation BRZ/86 combo debuted in 2012 and came out as a 2013 model. On the Toyota side, it's had a bunch of different names, and now it's sort of settled into the 86. On the Subaru side, it's remained the BRZ the whole time. Now, the current generation engine is the FA20. It's a 2-liter engine, makes about 205 horsepower in the current configuration and about 156 pounds-feet of torque. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot of power, and actually it isn't. However, in the lightest configuration on the Toyota website, it's listed as 2,776 pounds. So that's pretty light by modern car standards, actually. It gives it a power-to-weight ratio of about 13.5 horsepower per pound. So of course it does have a twin, that is the Subaru BRZ, and as you know, they are pretty much identical mechanically. So I think you can say that this is really the definition of badge engineering. I know it's kind of a dirty word, but really these cars are very, very similar. Now, these cars are not known to be fast in a straight line. However, you get them in a canyon or on a racetrack and they are excellent. They have excellent handling, they are incredibly well balanced, and they're really a ton of fun to drive overall. Although I know there's, some detractors in the industry. Personally, I really enjoy them. So in 2017, there were some upgrades to both the BRZ and the 86. It got slightly shorter gearing. They improved the cabin quite a bit. I think that's the biggest improvement. Went up to 205 horsepower from 200, so the big 5 horsepower bump. A revised exhaust, and they polished some of the internal engine components. Supposedly it's a little bit more reliable, although I can't speak to that personally. And the traction control got a big improvement too. If you drove with the traction control on before, it would intervene basically every time you went through a corner. So that was a big improvement as well. It's much more transparent when you're driving it. I mean, I think overall the car just felt a little bit more refined, a little bit more integrated, and it felt like it was a little bit stiffer too. So according to All Car News on Instagram, I'm going to link it down below. You can definitely go check him out. He's got a ton of automotive news, pretty much posting several times every single day. It's a really cool page. He says that we can expect the launch of the new GR86 sometime next summer, in the summer of 2021. So Toyota is moving the 86 under the GR brand. So the GR brand is a fairly new brand. Currently there's only one car in it, and that's the Supra. Yay, Supra, I love mine. It's super awesome. And so the 86 is going to move under that brand as well. The GR stands for Gazoo Racing. That is the racing division at Toyota. So Toyota they're kind of coming back with more performance vehicles. That's their current positioning. If you like this content, please go ahead and subscribe. It really helps the channel. I've also got an Instagram if you want to hit me up there if you got any tips or anything. And there's also a Discord chat, which is linked down below if you want to chat about cars all day long with a bunch of other enthusiasts. So this is from the dealer meeting, and I guess some snitch at the dealer meeting took this photo. I don't know where it was, but it was also reported on gr86.org, which is a 86 oriented website. Currently down. I just tried to go there, but you should go check it out if you're into that sort of thing. So it's not just the 86 that's being reported on this dealer presentation, but we can see there's several things that are happening which are kind of interesting. So there's a brand new Sienna coming in the fall of this year. It says it's going to be all hybrid. So, I mean, that's kind of interesting. I'm not much of a minivan person myself, but clearly it's a pretty important and good selling vehicle for Toyota. Some sort of all new crossover coming in the fall of 2020, and it's supposed to be all hybrid as well. I'm presuming that means that there's only one choice of powertrain, although again, this is a dealer presentation, so I don't know exactly what that means, but all new crossover, that's kind of interesting. This is actually the first time that I'm hearing this rumor, but there could be other rumors too. If you know of them, please let me know. And then what we really are interested in is the 86 coming in summer of 2021. That's the one that I'm personally most excited about. And I think that the current generation 86/BRZ is going to be the 240SX in about 20 years, maybe 10, 15 years even, to the next generation of car enthusiasts who like to pull them apart and mod them. Now there's a big difference. The 240SX sold hundreds of thousands of them. I don't have the number right in front of me handy, but the 8.6 and the BRZ combo have sold way less units. So I think it's going to be a pretty desirable platform in the future because it is very stiff, and you can obviously put a lot of power in it. If you take a lot of extreme measures, the transmission can't handle a lot of power in the stock configuration the way it is now. Anyways, back to the slide. There's an all-new CUV coming in Q3 of 2021. Don't know what that is. It's a crossover vehicle. A new Tundra also in Q4 of 2021. And then, this is kind of interesting, the Sequoia and the 4Runner are coming out in 2022 as a 2023 model. That's when we expect the debut of it. And you know what's really shocking, to me at least, is there's going to be no more V8 in the Sequoia and 4Runner. I mean, the 4Runner, it has been an institution, basically. So back to the engine for a second. So the biggest complaint about the FA20 engine, that is the Boxer engine currently powering the 8.6 and the BRZ. By the way, it is a Subaru-derived engine. It's a Subaru engine. It's a Boxer 4 that goes like this. That's a very technical diagram. Like I said, makes 205 horsepower, not a lot of torque. And so in city driving, it can be a little bit frustrating due to the lack of torque. I don't think the power is so much lacking, but when you are passing and you're getting ready for an exit and stuff, you need to sort of plan out your approach, your attack, because you can't just rely on power to get done what you need to get done. I don't mind it. I like normally aspirated engines. I like the instantaneous response. There's one thing that I really do like about this engine, that coming out of a corner, it's very easy to modulate the power and apply power very precisely, especially with traction control off. It's very easy to do. That's something that is more difficult in a turbo car, especially if you start upgrading the turbo, but be that as it may. So according to gr86.org and some other sources, it's going to have, the new engine is going to be a 2.4 liter with about 255 horsepower. So that's a very, very significant upgrade from the 205. And what's even more significant is that this, I think it's going to be the FA24 engine, probably from Subaru, which actually is in the current Outback and the Ascent. It makes 277 pound-feet of torque, which is quite a bit. And if you've driven the Subaru Boxer engines, you know that they're very smooth, they have a ton of torque, they're quite powerful, and they have a unique, distinctive kind of sound, so I dig it. I mean, smoothness, I guess, is subjective. I really like these engines quite a bit. So with this new engine, it really should improve the power-to-weight ratio quite a bit, depending on if they can keep the chassis light. And that sort of brings me to the next thing. Is it going to be rear-wheel drive? Yes, of course it's going to be rear-wheel drive. There's no confirmation of that, but I think that's almost an absolute given. Is it going to come with a manual? I think that's an absolute necessity. About 2 years ago, Toyota was selling roughly 50% of the 8.6s with manuals. I don't know the current numbers. I don't know if that's gone down. Probably has a little bit, but I'm pretty sure it's going to come with a manual. So right now the 8.6 sits on its own platform, and that is being end of life, I guess you would say, in the software world. And where it's going to go is on Toyota's global architecture platform. It's the TNGA platform, the Toyota Next Generation Architecture. Started in 2015, and there's a number of different variations of it. And right now there's a bunch of cars on it you're probably familiar with, like the Camry, like the Prius, like the CHR, and I've got on screen all kinds of different cars that are on a variation of this platform. Now, of course, we know that sales have been a little bit slower in the last couple of years, and Subaru and Toyota could have decided to just sunset this combo, but they haven't. In fact, last September, it was confirmed in a press announcement that they are both going to be continuing forward with this platform. So personally, I'm super stoked to see the return of this vehicle. So personally, I'm super stoked to see the return of the 8.6. It's a super fun car. I've always enjoyed it. I don't own one personally, but I've considered it many times and I've driven them a lot. I really like them. One thing that Toyota is doing now is with the GR brand, they are using this as a way of promoting the sporting image of the entire Toyota brand. This is from Tada-san, who designed the first 8.6 and designed the Supra. He's the chief engineer at Toyota. He has been pushing this agenda of bringing sportiness in to the entire lineup. And what it's doing is it's helping to promote sales across the entire lineup. So they're sort of pushing this sportiness across the Toyota brand. Toyota is committed to hybridizing pretty much the entire lineup. I think you can get most of the vehicles as a hybrid right now already. So one of the questions I had is the 8.6 going to be available as a hybrid? Because one of the characteristics of this sports car is the fact that it has always been quite light, and I would expect them to keep it pretty light, although I think it might be difficult with the TNGA platform, but I guess we're gonna see. So to answer this question, I looked at Autocar magazine online, and they interviewed Nahiko Sato, who is the chief engineer of the GR Yaris, yay, although we can't get that here. And what he said was, right now, if we choose an electrified powertrain for a sports car, it would be heavier, said Sato. We decided it's not the right way to go right now. Maybe when the technology gets better and we have new technology allowing lighter powertrains, it would be good. So I don't think we're going to see a hybrid there. However, the vehicle, the 8.6 gets pretty good fuel mileage as it is, so probably not a huge necessity. I should have a merch store coming pretty soon. I just need to finish designing the website. I got these t-shirts all set up. I got a bunch of them printed. These are my launch edition t-shirts. They're going to be in a fairly limited number. My name is Eric. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. There's 2 videos up on screen right now. Pick one, and I will see you in the next video.